Yo, what is up, y'all? Travis here. I am back for a new review for the new project from Doja Cat. D- Doja Cat is back. She has dropped a new album. The last project she dropped was Harlot. I thought that project was just kind of fell flat some. I think some of it was just kind of underwhelming. There were a couple good songs on there. Agra Hills, it was a hit. But just the project itself just felt very flat. It just felt like something that she even said herself she wasn't comfortable with the project. Um, so that project to me just kind of felt flat. And as someone who's a fan of hers, I just feel like Planet Her is an incredible album. Um, so I was kind of underwhelmed, and I heard she did Harlot. Um, she has dropped a new project though, and she kind of was hyping it up some. She dropped a couple singles. A couple of the singles she dropped, I just kind of wasn't really feeling. Um, um, and so I'm not exactly sure what to expect from this album. With that being said, um, this project is 15 songs. I do think is an this project is better than Scarlet, but I do think there are times on this project I do get. She tried to go for a more 80s sound on here, a more kind of 80s synth kind of like sound, um, which is kind of a sound that is started to kind of dominate the industry. Um, so I'm not really surprised she chose that sound, but at the same time, I feel like that sound here on this project, some of it just was just kind of. I don't think the sound worked out kind of how she thought. Because some of the songs just felt like generic 80s synth songs. That's just what majority of the songs here it felt like. Um, like there was no real standout song here. Um, now I think the later half sounds. I think the later half sounds better than the first half. But I do think though that this project does kind of the same thing that happened to Charlotte. I think this project falls flat still. I think she was trying to go for a sound here, like the whole '80s sound. But I do think though that don't really think the sound kind of stuck out how she thought it was going to. This project had its highs, like for example, I think it was called Lipstick Jane. I think it was track 9. That was probably my favorite song here, but I just think that majority of the songs here just kind of fall they're flat. 80s just kind of synth sounds that while she sounds great, she sounds really good. Her rapping on here is great. She has a great flow. She has a great flow. She has a great kind of she has a great vocal sound, but I just don't think the production kind of I don't think it kind of like went how she thought. The project had a cool like groovy sounds. The song with SZA was 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 cool. But I just don't think it really worked out how she thought. Um, this yeah, like the only feature she had on here was SZA. Um, and I just think that track was just cool. Um, but yeah, that's just kind of my thoughts. I think this project, for sure, while I think she was going for a sound, and I think she was trying to prove that she can still be versatile. Um, the she kind of it just felt like she just slapped some 80s sounding songs and just kind of threw them, and she just kind of was just seeing which sounded good. That's just what it kind of sounds like to me. It truly did not feel like she carefully chose each song and had its own flow and all that. No, it just felt like it felt like she just chose a bunch of songs that just sounded 80ish, and it just kind of like threw them here. Yeah, but I mean, she herself sounds great. She sounds great. Her voice sounds great. Her flow is great. So she still sounds great. It's just the sound. The sound just felt very flat. It felt very generic. Um, just felt like something I've heard. Um, and I don't think the sound worked out how she thought. Do I think the project was like horrible or bad or anything? No, there's probably going to be people who enjoy it. There are songs on here that sound like fine, but it just comes to a point where you drag a sound out so long that it starts to just fall flat. And it's the same thing that happened on Scarlet. And it's the same thing happened here. Just a sound that fell flat, that felt, yeah. Um, and the content, she was just talking about her relationship, um, just her relationships and shit, like, yeah, herself and blah blah blah. Um, so I thought that was cool, but just the sound was just something that I think caused the project to fall flat for myself. Um, it is there will be, like, there will be songs here that I'm sure that people will enjoy and all of that stuff, but I do think that it just falls very, very, very flat. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed my review. Comment your thoughts down below on the project. How did you feel about it? Did you enjoy this project? Did you not? Explain why. Yeah, that is pretty much all I have to really say. This project also was this project was helped by Jack Antonoff, who is very, very well known for his Taylor Swift stuff. He helped with Ian Hex, so that was kind of probably why some of the sounded the way they kind of sounded, was from Jack. So yeah. With that being said, y'all comment y'all's thoughts, like, subscribe, all that great stuff. Don't gotta keep saying, don't gotta keep saying it, don't gotta keep saying it. Hope you guys enjoy. Have a great night. Stay safe, stay great, stay happy, stay blessed, all that great stuff. Stay herself. Stay yourself. With that being said, see you guys soon, and goodbye. Whoa. And goodbye. Sorry about that. Goodbye.